Welcome to Nevermind The Furthermore. Wait a minute, this music isn't right, the scene isn't right. Hang on. That's more like it. And now it's time for the show for all creatives. Nevermind The Furthermore. Your source for conversation, inspiration, and fun. With your host, Nicholas Anthony Tockert. He's an artist, a writer, a swordsman, and a game designer. He knows how to use the sword and axe in historical battles without anybody getting hurt too much. He's also the Manatee Man, master of marketing. And he may even have a guest or two. One thing, though, to be certain. Just don't call him a cryptid. With that, it's about time for the show. So sit back, enjoy, and have some coffee and chat with us.
Good morning, Nevermorians. I'm your host with the most, Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tockert, coming at you over the airways on WNTF. Never mind the furthermore. Nevermind the Furthermore is brought to you by a generous StreamYard sponsorship provided by IndieCD.org. Yes, IndieCD.org, the independent creator directory, your one-stop shop for the best and the brightest folks. Authors, editors, musicians. Look, if you have a dream, if you have a project you're trying to make happen, good Lord, the Independent Creator Directory is where you need to go to find the right people to make it happen. In this world where the scammers abound and quality information is so hard to get, the Independent Creator Directory is a great resource. And if you are a creator, friends, really, if you are out there trying to make it in this harsh land, brothers and sisters, I've been looking at my sales and my wallet's looking thin. I can tell you that IndieCD.org is a safe haven, a beautiful area of rest and respite for all of us just trying to make it and worrying about jailbreaks and worrying about Facebook jail and everything else. Now, I do want to tell you guys that it's a one-time, currently lifetime membership for $20. There is no better deal online. Joe Bachman is insane for doing it this way. I love him. Like family. Not sure what you call the family, but I love him. Maybe that cousin you look side eyes at. I'm joking. But so consider getting yourself supported over at the IndieCD.org. Now, we're also made possible by sales of the Simple Sword, the Fighting Axe, and the Simple Spear. My ongoing series of books to teach you the basics of swordsmanship, and my other books, including Through the Thinning Veil, 7 scary stories to stir your blood and shiver your spine. Some of them are based on my misadventures as a paranormal consultant. and thus quite real if hard to believe. Some are utter fiction, only you could find out the rest. We're also wanting to promote I sneeze silently, the pain. Dark in the Park. Dark in the Park is happening October 27th, 28th, and 29th. It opens at 6:30. p.m. On those days at Twin Oaks Park at 3101 Huntington Road in New Chicago. Let just hide this because we've got cross. Only $3 admission or free if you bring one pair of new socks to donate to the River Forest High School National Honor Society's Socktober Drive. Sorry if I'm a little out of sorts. I will explain all of that and more in just a moment. Hello, friends. I know, like I said, I'm a little out of sorts. This is the time of year when the allergies shift around, and I went out. This is not important, but I need to explain so my broadcast will. I was exposed to something. Now, anybody who knows me knows I'm actually allergic to just about every metric thing I can be exposed to. If you breathe it in, it messes you up. This, however, was a nuclear option. I think it was. I was at a flea market, and I think they had a mold of some sort that my body had never encountered. I have been in absolute nose agony. So, pardon my frequent pauses. It's the only way I'm going to get through the broadcast. Now, normally this is the part where I would give you guys big motivation and other things. But today, and I will, you know me, I can't help it. I want to put a big shout out and a lot of love to our friend Nita Lanning. Nita suffered apparently fairly mild, but a sudden onset stroke. She got hit hard. She got hit fast. Last I heard from her, it was a fair to good prognosis. They were doing more tests. If that has changed, somebody needs to let me know. But if Nita needs anything, guys, she needs it. You get what I'm saying? That has to be covered. I have nothing but love for Nita Lanning. And I certainly will not be overstepping the show. So at 11 today, I want you guys to run over to the Independent Comics Network. I have so many independents that keeping track of which indie I'm talking about is a little challenging. And I want to make sure that you guys, give her all the support and love in the world. Because she's going to need it, I think. She's going through a lot, and I love her, so you guys should too. Now, in other news, my accountability. I've gotten some more writing done on Hates and Heckfire. It is cruising along. I may get some more done because this may be the kind of day where I just sit here and type. I'm not quite sure. It will all depend on how the extra meds I took right before the show kick in. But we are cruising towards that. Now, I'm realizing that I want to look at Amazon because I think there may have been a change in the algorithm recently or a change in how they're promoting things because I've had a substantial drop in my sales. Now, I'm not complaining because I understand this happens, and October is not traditionally a very good month for me sales-wise. But I do want you guys, this is why if you have tools like the royalties estimator tool, on KDP, you should be monitoring your stuff so that you know when there's flux. Now, I love fire and forget publishing. In that, I love to get my books out there and keep working on things. And if you do it right and you promote right, it's making money while you're working on your next project. That is a goal. But you have to pay attention. If you don't, that pot can boil over and you can have problems real quick. So please pay attention to how your online sales are. Don't write it off. You'll start to notice trends. This is how you educate yourself. It's like, I know what books I should be working on to make money versus what books I should be working on because I want to work on things. I am diverse. My audience is not. So I'll have projects like Through the Thinning Veil, where I tell great stories, or Hates and Hellfire, where one of those stories just goes, no, I am far too big for a mere quick read anthology, chokes me. Once I wrap that up, I'm going to have to deep dive some of the things that put actual coin in my pocket, So that means I'll have to do some more sword-related materials. That's fine. That's dandy. That happens. But you watch your sales and balance out and you look at what you're promoting. It also means I need to find new venues to promote it. One of my goals going into 2024 is an expanded con scheduling, a substantially expanded con scheduling, where, I'm not, because right now I'm doing 2 to 3. There's usually a little pop-up I'll catch, randomly. The Arctic Con and, of course, FezCon. We will be wrapping up, next month we will be at LodgeCon, which I need to see if I can get that website to come back up. My net's working well enough to do that. I'll keep looking at that in the commercials. But that is, I want to say, November 4th. And
what?
Yep, November 4th and 5th, Saturday, November 4th and 5th, in Peatone, Illinois. I believe at the fairgrounds. I need to get the address re-qualified because it was an invite.
We were going to watch Con at November 3rd.
4th and 5th, buddy. Well, we will be heading out for the 3rd for setup.
Oh.
Okay. My scheduler and executive producer over there had some things he needed to say.
Why am I your schedule format?
You're my scheduler because you keep track of the days, right? You're the one who checks off the calendar every morning. Yeah. Oh, that's so nice. I can feel medicine and clarity starting to flow through me, unlock my potential and seal away the floodgates of my nose. But that is coming staggeringly fast. So we're about 3 weeks out from that. Now, the vast majority of my audience is heading out to LodgeCon. Sorry, I actually started to outrun my brain. Heading out towards HalloCon, a Relaxicon, this wonderful event in Dalton, Georgia. I'm very excited for you all. I obviously can't because we can't afford both the cost to get there and the timing, because when you're personally, we were invited to that one too, but we were invited to LodgeCon. So we are going to try that as our local, and then we're going to see how that goes. If we make a lot of money, it will be delightful. If we don't, it'll still be delightful. You know me, I'm easy to delight. But we are moving forward. And right now, even though we're coming up on the holidays, because the holidays for me start with Halloween and go straight on through, although she who shall not be named should not rise until the dawning of the day after the Blackest of Fridays. You know, I don't care what you want for your capitalistic version of the celebration of the birth of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I don't want to hear it right now. I worked retail and I have not forgiven you. But in other news, I don't have any medical updates on Nita. Please be gentle when you support her. She's not somebody who is used to compliments, okay? What I'm going to do then is I'm going to hop in, because I know that I have more stuff, but I need time for these allergy meds to kick in. I'm going to hop into Joe's ad, give you guys a little time to settle, and then I'm going to get into your chat and see what you're talking about, and answer any questions, make some commentary, and have a happy Friday. So, Joe, tell them what you do.
Hi, I'm Joe Bachman with the Independent Creator Directory, and we're going to talk about what is the Independent Creators Directory today. Well, this was created so that creators of various disciplines could have a space to list links to their works to promote themselves and also promote other creators that they know. This also gives them a way of having all their links stored so that if by chance they get the ban hammer from any of the major social media networks, they still have a place they can send people to be able to look at what they've created. To become a member, just go to indecd.org, click on Become a Member in the top right. It's a $20 lifetime fee that also includes updates to your page whenever you have new works that come out. All you have to do is contact me. I am the one that sets up your page for you. I am also the one that does all the updates for you. You'll also have access to the back end for a blog if you're wanting that feature. And I can also grant you access to the calendar to be able to add in any events that you may be going to. For any other questions you may have, feel free to reach out to me on Facebook, on the Independent Creator Directory Facebook page, or by emailing me at jbachman@indiecd.org. Thank you and have a great day.
Thank you, Joe Bachman. Now let's get into the chat, because the chat is where it's at, and we'll see what's going on. Alex Creations. Good morning, Alec. Hope you are having a great Friday, getting things done. Follow Alex Creations on YouTube. He does great art and is doing amazing things. Working on a new sketchbook, my accountability pretty much. That's fair. You are an artist primarily. That means you should be primarily doing art. Get it. Get it, bud. Hey, Alec, yay, a new sketchbook. Always the start of something good. Hey, Donna. And yeah, and folks, it's nice. I may be in a mild beef with a blowhard of a sword content producer who wow. Yeah, I'm going to stand by that. Who is advocating the glory of the AI artist, but I will always stand for the guy doing it with a pen and pencil. You get what I'm saying? And I'm seeing Alec learn and grow and get better. Every image I can see the growth behind it. Keep at it. Keep drawing. And Drawfee actually has a great I think on their Drawfee Extra channel, you may have to dig a bit, but what you should be doing with your sketchbook and what sketchbooks are for, quote unquote, versus how a lot of us use them. The professional sketchbook is meant for testing and trying and practices and learning and just getting that done, versus the creation of things for your portfolio. So please make sure you are keeping both those forces balanced in your life. And good morning, Dawn. How are you? You must have just gotten off with Dan Hollifield, probably. Hey, Dawn. Hey, Donna. Wait. No. I love you, Donna, but I gotta take a second. I have to be with my dear friend Donna. How's everything going, darling? All right. Hey, Donna. Cool, Alec. Morning, Dawn. I'm here just in time. Dawn, Donna, and Dan were keeping me busy from last night's show. I bet they were. I saw them start, and I turned it on, and I saw that there was a religious discussion going on, and I turned it off because I wasn't feeling well enough to deal with a religious discussion at that moment. Hey, Witzman dude, beat ya. Hey, Alec. And yeah, you did. You got in first. And we got greetings. Oh, hi. Hey, Josh. Hope you're doing well, my friend. And morning, Trelena, my dear. Trelena is my favorite woman. I am not. I don't share a last name with. I hope you're having a wonderful one. You've been on my mind lately, Max. For several reasons, all of them good. You've got creations to do, and your husband and I may have plotted against you. Speaking of plotting against you, Mandy has been plotting towards the bribery of your husband to deal with some old computer issues we have here, which means good food, good times, and a chance for you and her to cuddle up with beta reading the in progress Paints and Hellfire. I mean, these things can happen, but accountability, lots of fun keeping herd on a certain humor group. Oh no, and a little bit of writing too. Writing good, herd, yeah. Carl's out. Dun 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 dun. He's riding fences and he can cut fences, sort somebody out. I've never envisioned Carl in a long duster with a cowboy hat on, riding a jet black stallion across the plains. But now I am the high plains psychologist. The imagery is vivid and bizarre. Carl, you have to buy yourself an outfit like that somewhere between Bat Masterston and Wyatt Earp. And you have to get a very nice Miss Kitty inspired number for Donna Carly now. And get like the Old West film Photoshop. There's no choice in the matter. It just has to happen. Hey, Josh, we got greetings. Let's keep going. Don and Donna, I feel like I've been watching you chat for 2 hours already. I bet you have. Aw, Don and Josh are giving each other the bird. It's always delightful. Hey, Josh, we're going through. Hey. Not sure how it's possible since I didn't make it to LMS until an hour ago. I believe it. Nick is wearing one of my favorite shirts he has. Thank you. Yes, this is one of my, the classier collection. Sometimes I need to pull it sedate because, like I said, pardon my scramble as I was waiting for my allergy meds to kick in. I'm running off of about 5 to 4 hours of sleep and none of it in a straight line. Because, frankly, I was gut-wrenched by what happened to Nita. And I'm just waiting for an opportunity to help if there is a way to help. A lot of folks right now need help. But I kind of wanted to class it up a bit. There's Lord Nicholas. How long till he swaps spectacles? Hey, it was the one cousin of only one time. Sobbing. Hey, Alec. It deleted my message. Bad, YouTube. I'm sorry. But no, all good, Carl. Whew. Thought that was my joke. Yeah, sizes are a pain right now. Yeah, it's really bad out there. It was, but Lamau. It was funny, but I don't like those jokes personally. Just completely okay. Okay. I feel like I missed something. Yes. Allergies suck. Weather change is killing me. Yeah, it just. I have some medicine, but must wait till tonight. I do too. Yes, the weather change hit, and then my medicine bottle. You see, I was prepping my meds, and I have two kittens in the house, along with two, more elder statesmen cats comparatively. And apparently, one of them discovered that pill bottles rattle, and I didn't catch it. They took off. So my allergy meds, which I could not find, were surrounded by cat toys hidden in a corner. Almost like the small round rattling thing was enough to get the cat's attention. Afternoon. Good afternoon, Bonser. Bonser. And everybody's happy to see Bonser. And I am due for an ad. And since Bonser's here early, I think I'll run. It's a longer one, but I want to try to support him.
1791. A celestial anomaly appeared in the heavens above. The Elysium megastructure, vast and enigmatic, loomed in the orbit of the moon, defying explanation. From whence it came, none could say. Some believed it always had been there, hidden among the stars, biding its time to re-emerge. In 1822, a visionary named Ghulam Ali embarked on a daring mission to unlock the secrets of the Elysium object. But his quest ended in tragedy, with rockets lost to the fickle tendrils of fate. Ghulam Ali, once revered, became a reclusive figure on the Babylon Project, his private platform in the middle of the Atlantic, where it lived in solitude for 50 years. Until the world had need of him again. Unannounced, a powerful figure of influence knocks on the palace's gates to deliver her demands, whatever those might be. Unravel the mysteries of the Elysium megastructure, discover the secrets of archaeology, a city like no other, where refugees from lost worlds forge new identities. Join us on a journey to Elysium, where science fiction, steampunk, and fantasy collide in a tale inspired by Jules Verne, Moebius, and Robert E. Howard. Prepare to embark on an epic adventure like no other. Support Journey to Elysium on Kickstarter and become part of the Association of Ishtar Multiverse.
Anyway. So I just realized that something I was lobbing was not getting caught. Bonser's, a wonderful creator, and he's doing great things with his Association of Ishtar. I want to make sure you guys follow that because it is just a wonderful world. A world seems small because everybody's so multiversal these days, but it's wonderful world building. Okay, let me find where I was because I wanted to show that ad, and we've got afternoon Bonser. Let's see, afternoon. Comment dumps are hitting as I'm doing. Hello, Carl. Accountability. Finally finished the final details of the Kickstarter. Trying to finish a short story for a submission before the end of the month. Well, I hope you can pull that off. I'm we're plugging the Kickstarter and things are looking pretty good. Hey, Bonser and Chris. Hey, Donna. And we're going through the line, and there's a YouTube program and giving a free writing workshop on your channel this Sunday. That'll be very useful project for people, especially working for a longer form. Chris, hi, Carl. Trelena says hi, Xander. And, we got more greetings. And Don says, morning, Xander. Oh, nice. Awesome. Phone is resetting and updated. Okay, I've been having troubles with that too. My phone's been basically going scrambled, but it's an older phone, so that will have to be dealt with. Back, Mariah. Back into your frosty cave. Back into the crypt of peppermint and that time that is not yet here. Come not again until the blackest of Fridays has passed. Do not make me invoke the old names. Please don't forget to like this video. Thanks. Oh, Don. Ooh. Trelena's in for the plot. I have an off-white hat. Appropriate. Sounds great. Sounds like something Dan Hollywoodfield would fare. You know what? Yeah, I can see Carl being more the reluctant good guy. Hey, Trey. See, now you guys are making me want to watch Pale Rider, and it's too early for it. Hey, Donna. Probably Chris. Morning. Hi. Got home from work just now and ate breakfast. That sounds like a great way to start the day. Hey, Grant. My breakfast is sitting over there. I've got a bit of my oatmeal and Madam-made apple bread. Oh, my gosh. Hey, Donna. I help in whatever I can. My best friend was in a really, really deep hole mentally, and all I could do is talk him through it, try to convince him not to do anything. Oh, love. Buddy, that is a really, really hard place to be. Thank you. I will tell you this, and I've said it before, I'll say it again. Please don't hesitate if you think somebody's in that kind of place to reach out to the authorities, reach out to the professionals. Have I lost friends because I've saved their lives? Yes. Do I regret that? No. Because I'd rather have them running around very cross with me, but alive, rather than, the alternative. I have had to say eloquent things at people I care about's funerals and celebrations of life in the past. It is highly likely I will have to do that again in the future. But it is something I'd prefer not to do. So good on you for being that kind of person to reach out and provide help when it's needed. There are few things in the world that come close to being as important and as powerful as what you're doing. But remember, it's a slippery hole. Don't fall in yourself. Let's see. Hey, Grant, and I've got a comment dump, so give me just a second. Totally understandable, Alec. By the way, Donna, I had to say I wasn't criticizing writers who put sex scenes in their books. I was criticizing people who use sex to sell their books. That is a interesting point to get into. And it's one of those that I could see the opinions of both sides on. But I would say, I don't want to phrase this. Right now, we're all independent creators, and we are trying to use whatever means we have at our disposal to promote and make things happen. I would say on that subject that something I've noted and has been very eloquently discussed by Daphne Elage. Sex does not sell. Sex-y sells. The idea of sex sells. And sells nearly anything. Look at modern advertising. But the the activity in America, because for all our freedoms, we are an oddly prudish people. We are incredibly excited by the implication of nudity while repelled by nudity, but we are quite comfortable with exceptionally high levels of violence that no one should ever gaze upon. It is an interesting balance. And in the independent creator field, especially in comics, there are a lot of people who rely on their own personal charms, be them physical or social, to promote their works. That being said, that doesn't mean their works are necessarily bad. And I would never begrudge them for doing that. It can be frustrating for people who don't have access to that revenue, because an attractive lady is far more likely to get likes and shares in the way our net works than most men. And a truly attractive man can pull that off too. It shouldn't affect the outset of our work, but let's be honest, it does. However, there is a danger in letting it slip to an us versus them mentality, especially when things aren't necessarily going well. And I am sitting, nearly 3 weeks into a $10 sales month. I'll always play my cards open for you guys. This has not been normal since about 2018. So this is a huge dip. But I don't blame it on any of my collaborators, any of my competition, because the vast majority of the time we aren't in competition. You have to understand that. We are all selling things, yes, but we are selling very different things as creators, different stories, different quantity. And yes, some people will buy utter drivel because the person selling it is attractive. It's human nature. The thing is, should you punish them or berate them for using what they have? I'm not sure. I really prefer to study the market, look at the trends, understand what I'm doing and what I'm trying to do. And when I say trends, I'm not saying write for your customers. No. You write and create the story you want to tell. Okay. You do the art you want to see. You do your stuff to the best of your ability. But then you try to figure out how to market to your customers and what works and what doesn't. If you have followed the rather slow and unpleasant downfall of the independent comic shop, the brick and mortar comic shops have been falling away for a long time, much the way arcades have. It's tragic, but it's true. Brick and mortar game shops are going the same route, it feels like. Now, this is not something I want. I believe both of these are vital to our community. But as independent creators, we have to make sure that we are, braced and prepared to deal with it. And the worst thing we can do in any situation is look for extra reasons to fight amongst ourselves. My only caveat being the onslaught of AI commissioned art. Because that has to be constantly and fiercely opposed, at least as being claimed to be art. And I will explain on that one. That one isn't somebody using a technique I find unsavory, because there are a lot of books out there I find frankly revolting the content, the art, the depiction, whatever. But there are several people I've had the privilege of meeting who, while I do not like their works whatsoever, I find their individual personalities to be quite wonderful. They're great people. They just write some messed up stuff. And, it's not my job to yuck somebody's yum. But there is a temptation when we're unhappy with where we're at and someone else is prospering to blame them for it. And I don't think that's the way to go in this case. I'm not saying that you should, sexy up your work. Absolutely not. Excuse me. I'm saying that's a waste of your energy. So, for example, right now your big title is Beowulf, excluding the glory that is your Memoirs of the Morbid, which really I would love to see you doing a secondary promotion thing, maybe even just a digital sales copy or ongoing push on that, because it's seasonal. That should be running parallel even with whatever else you're doing. But because that's almost an evergreen, well, not evergreen, it's deciduous. It's going to rise, bloom, and fall down. But now's a great time to be talking about that. We're coming right up into Halloween. People like spooky stuff this time of year. We only have so much time with our respective soapboxes with our audience. I only get an hour with you guys 3 days a week. And then, I've started expanding Wednesdays to have my art time with Nick so that I can free my weekends up a bit more. This is it's a privilege. So don't let that get you down, because there will always be an attractive, wealthy, or otherwise noted person who can come in and, because they are known for something else, stroll into a field you've worked your whole life in, make a vast sum of money and walk by like, that's just part of it. There are always going to be greater and lesser people than ourselves. Comparing it will make us vain and bitter. That's paraphrasing from my favorite document on this planet, The Desiderata by Max Ehrman. Anyway. Ehrman. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name. I've read it many, many times, but I can't, haven't heard it enough to latch onto that. But we need to focus on what is, what you're doing and what you're doing positive, because that's what we want. And then look at the trends. If it's not selling, sometimes you have to go, okay, I have to make this because this is going to sell. That I'm going to do this because I want it. This because it's going to sell. This because I want it. And alternate it and mix it up. And then rotate around your hashtags. Rotate around what sites you're promoting on. What groups you're in that you can slip that in subtly in conversation. What venues you go to. You either want a really, really good product or a parallel or diametric product. You would expect a comic book like yours, like Beowulf, to do necessarily well at a romance show. And sometimes we end up in that kind of thing. You can't. So I think letting people use whatever they want to sell and just doing your thing the best you can is the best lane, because it's not the little independent creator that's really your opponent. It's, are people buying your book, or are they going to buy yet another Batman reboot? And I think that looking at it from that perspective might be more beneficial. to be very helpful. Sorry, I'm having trouble typing. Yoshi's rolling all over me. I will never fault somebody for their typing. No problem. I have a great many books with sex, but I seem to be known for my explicit books. Absolutely. And it can sell. I don't engage in that, not for any major issue with it as something to do. I'm me. I'm quite comfortable with the idea of the pleasantries of sexual and sensual contact. But it doesn't fit with my branding and the vast majority of my situation, plus the audience. I work with teens and children, so I cannot go there. And that's okay. And if you are in a position where you can or will not, there's no shame in it. But there's no shame in other people who do. That's not my job. I don't, to look down on people or have issues with them because they're doing something. Honestly, this is a spicy take, but I respect most so-called sex workers a whole lot more than I respect most politicians, and a whole lot more than I respect a lot of salesmen, because at least they're honest about what they're doing and why they're doing it. I would never partake, but I can respect that. I don't know if that makes sense. Hi, Don. Hi, Carl. Cats always take precedent, Grant. That's all he needed, Carl. He needed to hear what he tells people. More often because he never hears it back, and I need to say it more often. He doesn't hear he's loved and wanted enough, and I love and want him. Yeah. What I tell people, and I'll say it again, watch out. I'm sorry. Watch out for the healers. Watch out for the people who are taking care of everybody else. Watch out for the clowns who want to make sure that everyone around them is happy. The place to love and care for people that much and where they come from is often very dark. And as I've said, there are only two types of people in this world, according to me. The people who suffer and believe that I suffered, everyone else should suffer, and the people who suffered and would do everything in their power to make sure it never happens again. No one should ever feel this way. And it can be very easy to define yourself entirely by your service. And which is great till you have something that makes you feel useless, and then you completely unspool. And these people need support, but they don't feel they deserve it very often because they're too busy doing the job. So thank you, Alec, for reaching out to your friend. I worked setting up the circus today. I didn't know circuses were still a thing. Oh, that's cool. I actually did reach out, Nick. Didn't tell him. He thought another buddy told his lieutenant. Excellent. Excellent on multiple levels. You've been in the green room, Grant. Circuses are very much alive. A cat circus? That would be awesome. Hey, Sydney. We got Sydney at the house, and I am due for an ad, so I'm going to run an ad real quick. Now, I don't want to stay too late because of I don't want to trump on Nita's show, so we're going to try to... Ah. Somebody told me they don't have animals in the circus. They're starting to wean that out. They're actually starting to get more animatronics and holograms because it's simply kinder towards the animals. It's frankly kind of cool in my opinion. I mean, uh, it's not a good life for a lot of these creatures. They deserve a happier life. Hey, Cindy. Hey, Cindy. Hey, Cindy. See, everybody's happy to see Cindy because she's an amazing creator, an amazing person. Hey, Cindy. Hey, Trey. One of these days, Trelena and Cindy are going to be able to sit across a little table with tea and doing this to lots of spooled pieces of applied chaos. And all sorts of fun's going to happen. And I look forward to that day. I like this. Donna says, I don't go in expecting to write explicit sex. It comes along as it's needed in the story. Well, I mean, like I said, it's exactly like explicit violence. If the story and genre call for it, it's part of the story and genre. Makes perfect sense. Waves. Big stuffy robots wielding simple swords in a melee. There we go. I'm having a bit of technical difficulty, but I do on Fridays. My stream is a little weird. I suspect my Wi-Fi is being borrowed by my neighbor. You need Nick T's art, deviantart.com/Nick T. Woo! You sold. See, and I'm ecstatic because exactly I've made $10. It is lower than I usually make monthly online, but and it's a big drop off. So I have to look at the factors going on. How long it's been since I released something of my top sellers genre, which it has been a bit, and what we're building towards. And when I see this, I know, ooh, it's time to really drive and focus into the next chunk of the Historical Fencing Guild stuff, because that's the stuff I make that sells. Don't forget to like. Thank you. And I probably know how to reach your mom if I ever did, but he's my world now. I wrote a 10-page Google Doc on size 11. Why 11? Why care? Why he matters? Oh, that's beautiful, Alec. Don't forget to back Beowulf. Not doing so may send Donna and I into a frenzy. And support Nick's efforts to teach people to be safely dangerous. Patreon.com/the Historical Fencing Guild. Yes, for as little as $1 a month, you can help me teach the people who show up locally how to fight review products so that people don't get scammed or they know good ones. There have been a couple I've had to just be very negative in my response to because of how it is. It's sad whenever it happens, but I've also found some real gems and some great companies. And I'm able to do that because you guys give me the funds to afford the trainers. Because remember, separate to what my beloved wife does, the money that I have for things like my business money, for keeping the guild going, keeping my ability to buy books, so primarily comes from my sales there, and for guild related stuff, the guild. So thank you for whatever you can do. And let's see, Carl says, oh, one of my favorite sentences, Nick is right. No, if the buyer wants a sexy cover, that's what they will buy. If they want a touching story with a cat, that's what they'll buy. Yeah. You're trying to compare fine dining with fast food. They both serve very different purposes. Tune into Nevermind The Furthermore today at 9. That's like this one, Don. Kickstarter projects at Mr. Grantastic 1 to 6. Adventure that spans centuries. Tune into the Historical Fencing Guild tonight at 7 p.m. That's Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. Woo! Thanks for sharing my comic. We try to get that up there every shift, Grant. We want to get it up. Shift, yeah. Well, this is my gig. Catch up for Rising Sun reruns and Major Marjorie, Amazon.com/store/Brian K. Morris. That's right. Sometimes I make less than $30 a year online. Not just waiting for online sales will not work. AI art is curated. Okay. See, with the AI art thing, people think I'm mad at I am not mad at the AI. To me, the AI, as a potentially sentient being, or sapient, I'm sorry, deserves the credit. You are just, the people who go are just a commissioner. You are just a patron, just a client. You are saying, draw me this, 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 and this. And they're drawing a whole bunch of versions of, well, I like this one better, but do it like that. That does not make an individual an artist. It makes them the kind director. And I do think that you could do the same process with a human. And yeah, you might have to pay them. Guess what? Humans deserve pay. They have costs. No warning for you. Now, at Camouflage 61821 is actually Brian K. Morris. Yep, Carl. Yeah, it wouldn't do. I would do a comic that doesn't represent me exactly, and that is fair and just and right and moral, and that's exactly what it should be. Have to understand that some of the people, well, they're doing what represents them. And they may be intensely sexual. They may be intensely sensual. There is a difference. It's complex. And there's room enough for everybody. It's tempting to burn energy that could be used for creativity, rebelling or opposing that. And I'd rather have you just tell your story because your story's too good. Your world is too good to have you wasting your precious energy worrying about what somebody else is doing. Sign up for Risingtide newspaper. Memoirs is also excellent. Memoirs is also available as an add-on. I'm losing about little chunks of broadcast. I don't know if I'm roboting at all, but I'm trying to make it through. Good call, Dawn. Now you guys know why I get along so well with Dawn. Dawn's amazing. Raul Cruz has his own snazzy webpage now. You can even commission school art. He does rawcruz.art. That's beautiful. That makes me happy. Are you a caregiver? Victoria Adams has some cool info. Yes, that is high on my wish list. I just am trying to get things going. Oh, it's 11 o'clock, so I got blast through this. And that's break. Check out CKOEPP for Books and Critters. And yes, I will try to see Pinata Island. I have not heard about it, but sure sounds interesting. Calvin, get back in the cage with Mariah. It's not time yet. I finished up a cool Amaguri prototype. I can't. Okay, hold on. There we go. I can't show you until it's delivered. Stay tuned tomorrow night, and I'll post some shit. I love these mystery projects of yours. They're really getting my synapses firing. Yes, don't forget CKOEPP.com. I was worried you were going to forget to promote yourself. Get into the draft version of Suitable Arrangement. Patreon.com/CKOEPP. At Grant, I'm very good at forgetting my own self promo. So am I. Keeping close, getting close to launching an Indiegogo to support my Mosaic anthology. Can't wait. We are missing you already. Yep. Okay. Odd lag is odd. Kitty, lunchtime. Get your lunch, feed the cats, and then go say hi to Nita. She's just been through a lot, and she needs all our love and support. And then if she gives us a means to throw money at her, throw money at her. Bye, Donna. Bye, Donna. Yeah. Bye. And you know what? Normally I would do more, but today's a special case because I really want you guys to get over. So I'm going to run her ad to remind you where you're going, and then I'm going to wrap up so that we can get on with our days. Making the stuff because you can always edit it, you can improve it, but you can't edit a blank page. I was very scrambled this morning. I'm still scrambled between the allergy meds and just being sick. But reach out to Nita, give her as close to a hug as you can manage, and remember, it was a sudden onslaught stroke. We are all one breath, one step, one error away from not being here anymore. And all that's going to remain is our stories. Make them good, okay, guys? I love you, and you should too. I'll see you tonight over on the Historical Fencing Guild for the Historical Fencing Guild's live stream. It should be a good one. Toodles, folks.